You sure about that? You sure about that? That's why? You sure about that?
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
Film!
Fist.
Season 2, Episode 8. What do you think of this episode?
It's a banger. I'm so happy that they're
Class.
back on top. Finally, it's just like Season 1 again. It's such a good show once again. I've been waiting for this all season. Loads of action, intricate plot lines, loads of mystery. Brilliant, I thought.
Nice, now let's get into the title. Did you think Victor's mum saved the children?
Yeah, that was a weird point, wasn't it? Victor finally remembers that he has a sister. What? And he also then remembers that some of the drawings aren't his. And then he remembers his mother went away on the night that Christopher went crazy. And that night, she went to save the children from the tower.
But you never see her body, or that of Eloise's, or that Victor can remember. So it raises the question, did she save them? Did she escape?
I have no idea. And did you notice that the tower that he showed in the drawing looked just like the lighthouse from season 1?
Yeah, it's absolutely the lighthouse, that one.
Yeah, it
Absolutely.
definitely could be, couldn't it? So
Yeah.
you think the lighthouse that Boyd and Sarah went to is going to be the tower where these kids are locked up?
Do you think they were held there? Do you think Martin was one that maybe didn't escape? The guy who's chained up, who's the Marine?
Oh,
But it wouldn't make any sense because he was a Marine.
yeah, but where was Boyd when he went through that faraway tree? We still don't really know.
It's a good point.
He could have been in the lighthouse, in the basement of it.
That is a good point. I think one of the key issues, it was kind of a throwaway line that Victor said she was going to go save the children. But everything that happened, I think that might be one of the key points in the episode.
Yeah, there was a few lines in it which I actually had to stop and be like, hold on, this is really important. I can tell this is going to be one of those moments where you look back and go, oh, they referenced this. And it was also, Victor said, oh, I don't want to remember because when I remember, bad things happen. It was almost like if Victor remembers something, it then
People
happens
are going to
again.
get killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
A really key thing we learned from that is the fact that Victor's memories can lie. It's not true that through all the other episodes that we've seen Victor's memories, they might be repressing some detail. For example, we didn't know he had a sister. It was just thrown in there.
Where did that come from? That is
Out
the
of
weirdest
nowhere.
twist. I would never have predicted that they would throw in that, oh yeah, and also had a sister. But it just kind of makes him seem like, what's the word when someone is a narrator and you can't trust them? You know, that whole thing?
Yeah.
Just an unreliable narrator, and that's what he is. Because even the flashbacks they show us, as you say, they look like they're all real and that's exactly what happened. But I think we might find out that some of these flashbacks we've been shown aren't even what happened.
Yeah, aren't quite actual truth. Although I don't think it matters too much that he has a sister. I think the key point from that is the fact that his memories can be warped and not correct. Not the fact that he actually has a sister, but the fact that his memories might not be true. So every other memory we've seen in the past, in some way, could be different.
Yeah.
Or whether he's forgetting something or he's adding too much detail even.
Yeah, so every drawing can now be reinterpreted because we don't know whether he drew them, his sister drew them, and we don't know what the drawings mean, or if he even remembers drawing them and what they meant.
When he opens a boot and he says they're not mine, like that's for the first time that he realises that he has a sister. So it's almost like he's put a mental block on who knows what at this point.
Yeah, he said
You don't know what details he actually knows.
He says he draws pictures of things that are gone, though. Do you remember? And he gets really annoyed at Ethan for doing that.
Yeah,
what does that mean?
Well, I think it means that. I think that might mean Victor thinks Ethan would then die if he gives him a picture.
Yeah.
But
You know, Ellis and Fatima are still alive and they've drawn themselves. And Victor drew Boyd and the goat. I remember that as well. So there's a few different things.
yeah,
and
if he's drawn the... I mean, I guess the goat's gone.
the goat's gone.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. R.I.P. But yeah,
This episode's for you, goat.
Yeah, it's just a weird one though, isn't it? It's like, oh, I only draw them if they're gone. But he's drawn loads of weird stuff. Does that mean that everything he's drawn happened? Because there's like drawings of spiders in season 1 and drawings of floods. Still unclear. And he's such an unreliable narrator. At first he doesn't talk, and when he does talk, he talks in absolute nonsense.
Absolute riddles. Okay, let's get on to the second point. Can dreams hurt you?
Yeah, definitely. It looks like it's a sort of Nightmare on Elm Street type deal going on now. So this next level of monsters, which Boyd seems to have happily brought upon the entire town, seems to be some sort of dream monsters. And not only are they going to get attacked at night, but when they fall asleep, they're going to get attacked there as well.
We mentioned this last week in our previous episode that we started to think that the dreams hurt you during the day and the monsters hunt you at night. Haunt your dreams, essentially.
Oh, that's a good shout. Yeah, they're like a Freddy Krueger vibe.
Yeah.
So we've seen a few of the monsters from Dream so far, although we haven't seen Elgin's monster, that weird lady who some people in the comments said looks like Fatima, but other people have disagreed with. We're still not sure on that one. But that monster hasn't reappeared yet, which is a bit of a shame because he was kind of freaky. But these bugs keep appearing in everyone's dreams, and the music box is what's tying it all together. Everyone who's been around Boyd is starting to see the music box he saw when he was with Martin that time.
Yeah, you had a good point during the episode. Do you think that Boyd is inadvertently infecting the people around him?
Yeah, well, the only thing is Donna couldn't see the cicadas which were on the monster. I tried not to butcher that. As I was saying, she couldn't see them, and because of that, I think there's two possible reasons. Either she can't see them because she hasn't been around Boyd enough to be infected like the other people who have seen the music box, like Kenny, for instance. Or the second reason might be, as Randall says, she's a mole.
She's an absolute rat. I don't know, I do get this from this episode that they are really pushing that Donna is a rat narrative. She turns up at convenient times and stuff.
Twice she turns up.
I don't know whether that's just the writers trying to make her appear to be a rat, or if she genuinely is listening to everyone's conversations.
It's actually a really good filming. It's actually really good cinematography, I think, because they are kind of pushing us as the audience into really questioning Donna. And even I found myself at the end of the episode going, come on, Randall, go on, mate, ask her a few questions with a knife. Go on.
Little bit torture won't
maybe
hurt.
too far, actually. But actually, you know what? She is a bit weird, though, because she does turn up with the washing machine, with the washing at the church, and then she turns up when they're in the hospital, and then she turns up at the end. She is all over the place, conveniently.
Yeah, but how good is Donna's acting? It's so good. I don't think it helps that she is acting a bit like a boss, and she's bossing people about, telling people to get out when it's like, what actual power do you have here? Yeah. Nothing.
And she's getting annoyed at Boyd for not telling her what happened.
He doesn't have to.
And then she forces him to burn the body, and it's kind of like,
exactly.
Why would you
burn the body?
But why did she jump to that? There were so much more things they could have done with it.
And then a line she says is, keep it away, keep it out of sight of the townsfolk. Why? I would tell the townsfolk, we can kill them. We've killed one. That would give such a morale boost to the rest of the town. How many times have townsfolk been killed by these things? Put it on display. Show that we've killed one. That's such a boost that's such a boost to everyone's morale in the town. Why would you sit there and be like, burn it, make sure no one sees that? It's like, I'd make the monsters see it when they come out at night. Put the head on the pike. Stick it in front of Colony House.
Honestly, Vlad the Impaler style. You got to ask yourself in these situations, what would Vlad do?
But do you think Donna is the rat, or do you think, hear me out, whoever smelt it dealt it, and is it Randall that's actually the rat?
Oh, that's a great twist.
Because what better protection from being called a rat than calling other people rats?
Oh, that would be a really good trick. I don't know. I don't know whether I'm being drawn in by the way they're filming this, which I think is very clever.
Yeah.
But I am starting to question Donna really heavily. And I'm 50-50 on Donna. I'd have to ask the audience. I wouldn't know. But
she has been there from the beginning, hasn't she?
She has very conveniently been there from the beginning, even before Boyd. And she was hiding away.
The only other person that was there was Father Catherine.
And Dale as well. And Dale's doing weird stuff too. Like stabbing Ellis and getting away with it in Alton's room.
Yeah, but Ellis has just recovered magically.
I know, another magic recovery.
He had a knife in his lung collapsed. He needs, 5 pints of blood. Fine, next couple of days? Fine.
People do heal really quickly. Jade healed really quickly in the first series, and so did Ethan, so maybe that's okay. But it's just weird. And I thought Tom the bartender was a mole for ages. But then
possibly
again,
still could be.
Still could be.
Yeah, if they're now, even in the show, they're questioning, have people actually died?
It's so big.
That is actually such a revelation for even the showrunners to be like, well, did they? Did they? Are you sure? That's essentially what they're saying to us. Are you sure they died?
Are you sure about that?
When it comes around the back, Jim sees that there's blood in the car. Donna screams and he goes down and he checks out. I thought at first it related to the guy that ran out of the house covered in blood, but...
Yeah, well, they just cut, didn't it, after that? I remember that.
Very strange that...
Just runs out in the middle of the road in front of Kenny, yeah.
Boyd and Kenny are looking at him like, who's this guy?
Yeah, who was that? Some extra.
Yeah.
Who is he? I don't recognise him. Should I recognise him?
Yeah. Is that one of the guys from before when Sarah goes back to get her jumper? Is that the guy and the girl?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, who live in what used to be Nathan and Sarah's house.
Yeah.
I think it might be.
When
actually.
Sarah goes back, so do you assume that the girl might have met her demise? Do you think it's Sarah? Do you think Sarah's going around stabbing again? Do you think
Sarah's lost
Do you think
it.
she wants to get her kill count up?
Yeah, she wants
Slipping.
that jumper back.
She wants that 5. She wants that ace.
Oh,
She wants that squad wiper.
She's the bloody mole. Put her in the box.
Mate, with the amount of kills Sarah's getting, there doesn't need to be a mole.
It is chaos in the town, though, isn't it? Right now, absolute chaos. I want to find out what's
It's
happening
good
there.
chaos though. Like in a chaos that it's enjoyable to watch. That there's, and we also
stuff going on.
They're also talking to each other now, which is
It's
such a
great.
big
It's
bonus.
great.
It's actually how people interact before in the previous episodes where
People are coy all the time.
yeah, they're very, very weird to each other. They're not explaining what's just happened to them. Yeah, the minute Kenny starts going, that's exactly what happened, and I got burnt on the arm from the bugs, and it's like finally they're actually talking about what has just happened to them.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no like immediate consequences. I know they were like, oh, you can't talk about it in public, but none of them have been struck down by lightning yet or anything. I mean, there's a bit of fog, but I mean, so far
That
there's
would
been
be
no like.
hilarious if it was just immediate death.
Yeah, there isn't though. He isn't like falling
just
through a hole or
explodes.
anything. You know, I don't know. It seems to take a while for whoever's listening. Quote, you know, the people on the radio, or whatever. It seems to take a while for them to actually ruin their lives.
If this is the third time you've seen one of our videos, that is your hint to subscribe. Subscribe, or you're going to end up in Fromville. Last episode, we told you we were playing bingo this episode. I think we at least got a line. Maybe not quite a full house, but it was close. Vision occurs. Anyone says fuck. Don't like to talk about that.
You need to stop looking for answers, Donna. I don't want to talk about it, Victor.
Jade symbol.
I think you're going crazy. Came up with Donna again. And
I have to go.
And I have to go. So did we get a full house? Oh, I have seen some unbelievable shit in this town.
We
I
haven't
don't
seen
think that
that,
came
no.
up. Oh, we almost got a full house.
Almost got all of them. God damn it.
And it was a good episode as
It was
well.
a good episode, and we still almost got it right.
But yeah, as
If
one,
anyone says we don't understand this show one more time,
and as one of our comments said, thank God we weren't playing drinking bingo because we'd
Oh,
be
we'd
on
be
the
dead.
floor.
we'd be dead. Alcohol poisoning, we'd be dead by now. Right, let's get into some comments.
Okay, so our first comment is from Quiet on Desert. I'm calling it now. Ethan has to be in a coma or something. The writing on this show is like it's from a child's point of view, and maybe this would explain all the inconsistencies and the makeup of the From world.
Yeah, I've had a similar theory. I was going through the subreddits and I saw someone say that, oh, what if it's a dream? And it got me thinking that maybe it's not just a dream, maybe it's a child's dream, because it would make a bit of sense. Children don't quite know how electricity works. Maybe that's why the wires just simply go nowhere, but it works when you turn them on. Doesn't understand the concept of time to heal stuff, so wounds just heal at ridiculously quick pace. Evil monsters in the dark that are literally below your feet, beneath your bed, almost. I don't know. It feels like it does have some weight. Especially, I mean, even the opening sequence, that When I Was a Boy.
I don't
know, I think it's got some weight.
I think the most important thing I learned from that is that you go on Reddit, which I probably should have been able to tell already.
I've got
So
to
you're a
stay in
Redditor.
tune with the fans.
Is the subreddit any good?
Yeah, there's two main ones. They're quite good. Go on there, see if we've been mentioned anywhere. Please mention us.
Okay, well, we'll put them in the description then, I guess, and see if anyone else wants to check them out.
Yeah, put them down below. But no, I do think it has some weight to it. I mean, will it be a bit annoying if that is the actual case, though?
Yeah.
That, it just turns out to be a dream. I don't know if that's on the level of, it's purgatory. Do you know what I mean? And
It's similarly quite a cop-out, isn't it?
yeah, just a way of like, oh, well, they just woke up. It's like,
Oh, please, no.
okay. Unless the kid's actually like psychic and has drawn all these people here. That might be an interesting twist.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe. What, the boy in white?
Yeah, the boy in white, or even Ethan, is like,
Oh, Ethan, yeah.
they dragged everyone together. But then that doesn't really explain Victor. Maybe
Victor?
has to be the boy in white. Maybe it is Victor's dream.
Victor, he is a child in his head.
Yeah,
Snowflake.
but it's definitely got some grounds to it. I don't know if that will be too much of a cop out for the writers though. Maybe it's just, but it would explain some of the inconsistencies, as the commenter says.
Yeah, good point. Another comment?
This comes from Tom Smithson. The monster/ghost/vision at the end looks like it's wearing Fatima's shirt. Maybe Elgin will have something to do with Fatima's death or something.
We didn't hear anything about it in this episode. I was kind of hoping we'd see it again and we'd find out a bit more about it, but so much else happened that I'm actually okay with not knowing for once.
Yeah. I have heard a theory though that he might be Fatima's and Ellis's son. Don't know how much.
Oh, what, like from the future?
Yeah, from the future, and that's how he's back, and that's how he knew on the bus. Because maybe he's been told.
Right. I mean, possible. I mean, time travel has not actually been hinted at very much in the show so far.
No, you've seen that they can move through space, but can you actually move through time?
They're sort of going backwards a lot, but they're not sort of going forwards. I mean, maybe though, because he saw the Civil War soldier, and there's been dates on the walls in the lighthouse.
They were more visions, not actual physical people. It's not like Boyd disappeared for a year when he went through and talked to Martin and then came back and was gone for an entire year.
I feel like Elgin would probably recognise her as like the young version of his mother or anything. A bit like Martin McFly.
Or like his dad or something like that. Unless both of them got killed and then he was an orphan or something like that.
Oh yeah, and they're alive in some sort of comatose purgatory thing or something. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, or maybe this is them in the past and they're now dead or something and he was just a baby but they got the child
possible,
out or something like that. And
I don't think so. I think it will end up being... I think she is the mother of the, like, evil... Not evil children, but the children who keep appearing to Tabby. I think that's the direction it's going in. I think it's... Unless it's... Because the dream Kenny had in this episode, it seemed to be him having mum cooking his favourite meal. And with Elgin, it was like him in the bathtub. Maybe it's your dreams that you have. You know, maybe it is his mother, Elgin's mother, but it's warped that dream into a scary version of that dream. So it is a nightmare based on your, like, favourite things. That seems to be a recurrent theme.
Do you think he ends up killing Fatima in some way?
No, I think it's a red herring. I think the fact she was wearing a kimono type dress... I don't think there's got anything to do with it. I think it was just to make her seem more motherly. I don't think it has anything to do with Fatima. She does wear similar clothes, but I don't think it's Fatima.
I think it might be, you know. I think he...
What?
Yeah, no, I think he might actually...
Evidence!
I do think it might have something to do with it because he was her proxy. And I don't know whether he might accidentally get her killed in some way that she tries to save him or something like that and accidentally...
Do you reckon he drowns her in the pond out the back? There's been a lot of water references.
Him and Ellis. And then she comes back as vengeance, does she?
Oh, that would be such a plot, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's why she tried to drown him in the bathtubs.
Thank you very much for watching, guys. We'll see you again next week, same time. Peace.
Peace.